Hello students, as in the last lecture, we saw how to find the value of I raised to any power by using one method. The method was very easy, I guess. Uh, we tackled all the sums with respect to the basic formula of your lower standard, that was dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, and as well as the basic formulas of indices. As I told, there are 3-4 different methods in which you can find your answer for I raised to any power. Okay, so out of the 3-4 different method, I had explained one easy method uh, using the formula dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. I hope you all understood all the sums and even the concept also. And in the last lecture we saw many sums from the exercise, so here we have some few more sums from the exercise. So let's tackle the sums. Okay, then after that we'll move on to the next concept. As here in the first sum it says that you have to find the value of 1. You have to find the value of 1 plus I square plus I raised to 4 plus I raised to 6 plus I raised to 8. Then there is dot dot dot, that means dot dot dot, then I raised to 20. It means there are some values between I raised to 8 and 20. So what will be the value from I raised to 8 to I raised to 20? Here clearly we can see that here we have I square, I raised to 4, I raised to 6, I raised to 8. So clearly we can see that here we have the even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8. So of course the next number will be what? 10, then 12, 14, 16, 18, and then 20. Yes or no? So here we have to find the value for 1 plus I squared to I raised to 20. So here this we can write as what? 1 plus I square plus I raised to 4, I raised to 6 plus I raised to 8. Further this can be written as what? I raised to 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. As now we have to find the value of this part. So here we'll write equal to instead of therefore, as we have to find the value for this section. Yes or no? Okay, so again there are 2-3 different methods to find this answer. The one easiest method is what? As clearly we can see the power of I, it is less than 20. If it is less than 20, so we can use the concept, this one, 1 minus 1. Yes or no? I minus I. Yes or no? So here we have the value of I. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and this is what? 20. As I told, whenever the values of I it is less than 20, so you can use this concept, a shortcut method in which you can find your answer easily. Okay, this is the one method. The second method is what? You can break the number like I raised to 4 into I square, substitute the value of I raised to 4 and I square, where you will get the value of I raised to 6. This is the second method. And the third method is what? Dividing the power by 4. That means using the formula dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So as now there are 3 different methods in which you can find your answer. Okay, for this I will say this will be the simplest method, or else you can break the number as you wish. Okay, and then find your answer. But for this sum I feel that this will be the easiest method. Simply see the position and substitute the value. Okay, so I will stick with this part. Okay, this method. a shortcut formula. Okay, this is applicable in the exam, no problem. So here, after this, what exactly you have to do, listen here, we'll make the pair of this I part, as there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So here we'll make the pair of 2 2 like this. Okay, that means here we have items and this number that is without I. So we'll keep this one as it is. Here we'll make the pair of 2 2. Okay, so we'll write this part inside the bracket. I square plus I raised to 4, I raised to 6 plus I raised to 8, I raised to 10 plus I raised to 12, I raised to 14 plus I raised to 16, I raised to 18 plus I raised to 20. So this step actually it is not compulsory. You can direct substitute the value and you can find your answer. Okay, just I did this step to explain the sum more clearly. Okay, so simply here what you have to do, simply you have to replace the value of I square I raised to 4 just by seeing this position. I square, so square, so here I square is what, minus 1. Okay, 4, for I raised to 4 is what, 1, so you will write plus 1. Okay, I raised to 6, see the position of 6, here it is 6, so this will be minus 1. I raised to 8, I raised to 8 is here, so it is plus 1. I raised to 10, so 10, here it is 10, minus 1. I raised to 12, so 12 it is here, that is plus 1. Okay, I raised to 14, so we can see the position of 14, it is minus 1. I raised to 16, 16 is here, so it is 1. I hope you all understood what do you mean by this number. These are the power of I, yes or no? So plus I raised to 18 is minus 1 and I raised to 20 is what, 1. Okay, so here clearly we can see that inside the bracket here we have same number with the opposite symbol. So here minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled, so here you will get 0. Here also you will get what, 0. Here also you will get what, 0. Here also this part you will get what, 0, and this section 0. So you will be left with 1 plus 0 0 0. So the final answer will be what, 1. So the final answer for this section is what, 1. Okay, so there are 3 different methods in which you can find your answer. Just simply substitute the value of I by using this trick, or break the number. If you stick with this two method, it will take too much time, as you have to break the number for each and everything. Like I raised to 6, you will break I raised to 8, I raised to 10, and if you apply this method also, it will take too much time. As I told, whenever the value of I it is less than 20, so using this basic simplest concept, by using this trick you can able to find your answer in just fraction of second. Substitute the value, you will get the answer. What the point? Okay, understood. So in the exam, simply you will write the reason here, that I square is what, minus 1, I raised to 4 is what, 1, all the values, and then substitute the value. Okay, that's it. So in this way you will find your answer. So that was the first one. Okay, now here the second one is what, second one is what, is 1 plus I raised to 14 plus I raised to 18 plus I raised to 22 is a real number. Okay, so here you have to check whether this section is a real number. What do you mean by real number? That means your final answer it should be without I. Like here you should get 2, 4, minus 2, minus 4, any number, but without I. If you are getting the final answer without I, so straight away we can say that the section is a real number. So here we have to check for this, 1 plus I raised to 14 plus I raised to 18 plus I raised to 22 is a real number or not. So for this sum also you can apply this method. Just simply substitute the value by using this trick. Check the position of 14, 18 and 22, substitute the value and check if you're getting the final answer without I, if you're getting the final answer without I, then only we can say that this part is a real number. Okay, simply you have to substitute the value of I raised to 14, I raised to 18, I raised to 22. I hope you all can solve this second sum by yourself. Okay, so even the next sum also you can try it by yourself. Simply you have to substitute the value of I raised to 37 and I raised to 67. So for this sum, you apply this method. Okay, consider this as a dividend divided by 4. So using this concept, dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, break this I raised to 37 and find the answer. So solve this two sections separately, substitute the value and just evaluate, you will get the answer. So I guess this two sum you can try it by yourself. Okay, so the next sum, it is a little different, so this sum we'll see now. Okay, so what exactly we have to do here? It says that you have to prove that 1 plus I raised to 4 into 1 plus 1 plus 1 upon I the whole raised to 4 equals to 16. So now we'll see how to find the answer for this. Means it, here we have to show that left hand side is equals to right hand side. Okay, so let's move on. So here what exactly we'll do? So here we have, we'll take the left hand side. So left hand side, here we have 1 plus I raised to I the whole raised to 4 into 1 plus 1 upon I the whole raised to 4, and we have to show that it is equals to 16. Okay, so now, so we'll see what exactly we have to do. So as we know that this look like what? A plus B the whole raised to 4, and we know the formula only for a plus b the whole square, a plus b the whole square, or a minus b the whole square, or else a plus b the whole cube or a minus b the whole cube. So here the power, it is more than 3. So as now we cannot apply the formula, as we know that the formula for a plus b the whole square, a minus b the whole square is what, and a plus b the whole square and a minus b the whole square is what, but we don't know the formula for a plus b the whole raised to 4. Okay, so here try to break this number 4 as 2, yeah, 3, and then solve the sum. So we'll see one easiest method here. Okay, so for a while we'll keep this 1 plus I raised the I all raised to 4 as it is. Here nothing is there, so we can cross it. So here you will get what? I plus 1 upon I the whole raised to 4. So we'll keep this part as it is. So here, as this part look like a upon b the whole raised to 4. So in the next part, this we can write as a raised to 4 upon b raised to 4, yes or no. So same thing here we'll do. I plus 1 raised the whole raised to 4, this we can write as 1 plus I the whole raised to 4. Just consider this as a and this as b. So a upon b the whole raised to 4, if we can write as a raised to 4 upon b raised to 4. So this part also we can write as 1 plus I the whole raised to 4 upon I raised to 4. Done? Any doubt? Clear? Okay. After this, as now we know that I raised to 4, the value of I raised to 4 is what? 1 directly. Okay. So we'll keep this 1 plus I the whole raised to 4 into 1 plus I the whole raised to 4 upon I raised to 4, we can write as 1 directly. Okay. So any number, any term divided by 1, so you will get that same term. So in the next step you will get 1 plus I the whole raised to 4 into 1 plus I the whole raised to 4. Yes or no? Understood till here? Now, as clearly we can see that the base part, it is same and the power also same. So can I read this part, this section as a raised to m into a raised to n, which we can write as what? A raised to m plus n. Can I read this part as a raised to m into a raised to n as a raised to m plus n? Okay, So your a is what? 1 plus I the whole raised to m plus n. So your m is 4, n is also 4. Yes or no? So 1 plus I raised to 4 plus 4 is what? 8. Okay. Again same here, as we know that we have only formula only for a plus b the whole square, a minus b the whole square, a plus b the whole cube, and a minus b the whole cube. If we cannot find the formula for, if we cannot find able to find the answer for 1 plus I the whole raised to 4, so how we can find the answer for 1 plus I the whole raised to 8? Okay, so again we come to the conclusion that here we cannot able to apply the formula, okay, of indices formula. Yes or no? Either a plus b the whole square or a minus b the whole square, or a plus b the whole cube or a minus b the whole cube. So here we'll try to convert this power for 8 with respect to 2 or 3. So can I write this? We'll consider this as a. Can I write this 8, a raised to 8 as a square the whole raised to 4 like this? Because 2 into 4 is what? 8. Yes or no? So this we can write as what? 1 plus I the whole square the whole raised to 4. So 2 4 side is 8. Using the formula, which one? A raised to m n, which we can write as a raised to m into n. Yes or no? Basic, using the basic formula we can able to find this answer. Okay. So now after this, now I had converted this 8 with respect to 2, and we know that a plus b the whole square formula is what? It is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So here we can apply the formula a plus b the whole square. So it is a square plus 2ab plus b square the whole raised to 4. Yes or no? So next part will be what? 1 square is 1. This 2 ones are, it is 2 into I, it is 2i. Okay. Then after this, I square the whole raised to 4. So 1 plus 2i. So we know that I square value is minus 1. So in place of I square, we can write as minus 1. So this minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled. So here we left with 2i the whole raised to 4. So 2 raised to 4, it is what? 16. I raised to 4, it is what? I raised to 4. Again same. We know that I raised to 4 is what? 1. So in place of I raised to 4, we can write as 1. So here the final answer which we got, that is 16 for this sum. Actually the sum, actually it is not that much difficult. Okay, so simply what exactly you have to do in simple language I will explain. Try to break this 4 with respect to 2 or with respect to 3. So here in the initial step, what I did, here cross multiply. Okay, so here this part look like a raised to m into a raised to n, so which we can write as a raised to m plus n. After that, you can break this 8 with respect to this formula 2 4. Don't write 4 inside. Okay, break with respect to 2 4. Okay, so as clearly we can see that we had converted this 4 and 8 with respect to 2. So now apply the formula of a plus b the whole square. Substitute the value of I square. Here 1 plus 1 minus 1, it will get cancelled. So you will be left with 2i the whole raised to 4. So 2 raised to 4 is what? 16. 2 raised to 4 means what? You have to multiply 2 4 times. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, you will get 16. I raised to 4, we know that it is 1. So simply replace the value of I raised to 4 by 1. So here you got the final answer for this sum. Okay, so this 4 sums actually it is there in the exercise. Okay, so it is not any additional sum, it is there in the exercise. So as out of this 4 sum, I had explained the first and the last one. So please, this 2 sum you can try it by yourself, as the 2 sums are very easy. So here the first and last sum, it was little different, so I had explained this 2 sum. So please try this 2 sum by yourself. I hope you all understood the sum. Okay, so now let's move on to the next few more concept or few more sums from the exercise. Okay, so let's see the next sum. As here in this sum, it says that you have to show that this part is a real. Real means what? The final answer, whatever the answer you will get, it should be without I. Okay, like you should get 2, 4, -2, -4, or the number it can be in fraction, yes or no? A real number. It means the final answer it should be without I. So as now here we have the pattern. Okay, as clearly we can see that this numerator and denominator, this look like what? A plus bi upon a minus bi. So here we have plus. This look like what? A minus bi upon a plus bi. As this same type of the sum, actually we had did in the last lecture, yes or no? Whenever you come across, okay, with respect to this pattern, so what exactly you have to do? As numerator contain a plus bi and denominator also contain a plus bi, and here the connection is plus minus. So simply what exactly you have to do? Okay, simply you have to cross multiply and you have to find your answer. Okay, so the same type of the sum actually we had did. So here the difference is what? A plus minus and then minus plus it is there. Okay, so we'll take this sum. So as now we have to show that root 7 plus I root 3 upon, as the sum it is in root. Okay, so that is the different, the same type of the sum as we did in the last lectures. Okay, but the number it was without root. So here the change is what? The number it is with root. And here the pattern of the question it is little different. Here we have plus minus and then minus plus. Okay, so let's move on. Root 7 minus I root 3 plus root 7 minus I root 3 upon root 7 plus I root 3. Okay, so just now only I told whenever the pattern is a plus bi and a plus bi in the numerator and the denominator, and here the connection is plus minus, so simply you have to do what? Cross multiply. So here when you will cross it, so here you will get root 7 plus I root 3 into root 7 plus I root 3 plus root 7 minus I root 3 into root 7 minus I root 3. So this will go up and this part will go up. Okay, and in upon you will get what? Root 7 minus I root 3 into root 7 plus I root 3. Yes or no? Okay, so the next part is what? As here the connection is what? Multiplication. So we can do the bracket expansion. Here also we can do the bracket expansion, or else uh, clearly we can see that this part look like the numbers are same. Yes or no? Root 7 I root 3, and the symbol is also same. So whenever you come across the same number with the same symbol, so a plus, we'll consider this as a, this as b, and the symbol is plus. So a plus b, a plus b, this look like a plus b, a plus b, so which we can write as what? A plus b the whole square. Yes or no? And this look like what? The numbers are same, even the symbols are same, so this look like a minus b, a minus b, so which we can write as what? A minus b the whole square. And when the symbols are opposite but the numbers are same, so it look like what? A plus b, a minus b, so which we can write as what? A square minus b square. Yes or no? So whenever the symbols are same, the numbers are same, so which, okay, instead of bracket expansion you can write it as a plus b the whole square. Numbers are same, symbols are same, as here we have minus, which we can write as a minus b the whole square. When the numbers are same but it has the opposite symbol, so this look like a plus b, a minus b formula, so which we can write as a square minus b square. Okay, so this is the one method. The second method is what? Bracket expand. Bracket expand for this part, bracket expand for this part, even bracket expand is even for this part, where you will come across I square I cube value, replace the value of I square I cube. Okay, and check the like terms. Some terms you will get same, where you will get the same terms, you, as we know that same terms we have to cancel. Okay, So that all things here we have to do further. As now I had explained, there are two different method, bracket expand, or just we can write this part as this section as a plus b the whole square. So we can write as root 7 plus I root 3 the whole square. This we can write as root 7 minus I root 3 the whole square, and this we can write as what, a square minus b square. Yes or no? Okay, so now here we can apply the formula. So we know that a plus b the whole square formula is what, a square plus 2ab plus b square, and a minus b the whole square is what, a square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay, if you want you can bracket expand, or by using this method also you can able to find your answer. So here we'll apply the formula a plus b the whole square. So a square plus 2a b plus b square, as clearly we can see that here a is replaced by what, root 7, and b is replaced by what, I root 3. So a square plus 2ab plus b square. Yes or no? So here we'll apply the formula of a minus b the whole square. A square minus 2a b plus b square. Yes or no? Okay, so we'll keep this part as it is for a while. Yes or no? So now next step here, can I say that here we have plus 2 root 7 plus I root 3. Here we have minus 2 root 7 plus I root 3. So can I cancel this part, as we know that the same term with the opposite symbol, so we can cancel. But this part we cannot cancel as it contains the same symbol. Yes or no? Plus 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 plus. But this we can cancel. In the next step when you will multiply, as clearly we can see that whatever the answer here you will get the same answer, but it is an opposite symbol. So we know that plus a plus 2 minus 2, same number with the opposite symbol, we can cancel it as you will get a 0. Yes or no? So we'll cancel this part. So here we left with root 7 the whole square plus I root 3 the whole square plus root 7 the whole square plus I root 3 the whole square upon root 7 the whole square minus I root 3 the whole square. After this we know that root 7 square, root 7 square will be what, we can write this root 7 at the whole square as root 7 into root 7, and root 7 into root 7 we know that it is 7. Yes or no? Because 7 7 it is 49, and square root of 49 it is 7, like that. Yes or no? Or else we know that square root will cancel, and here you will get what, 7 only. So this we can add as 7 plus I root 3 the whole square. So here we have two terms. Okay, so root 3 square will be what, 3, and I square will be what, I square. Same here also, root 7 the whole square will be what, 7. Root 3 the whole square will be what, 3 I square upon root 7 the whole square will be what, 7. This will be what, 3 I square. Yes or no? So after this we all know that what exactly we have to do. We have to replace the value of I square by minus 1. So this will be 7. So if you replace this I square by minus 1, so your plus and this minus will be what, minus. Yes or no? I square by minus 1, so this plus and minus will be what, minus. Okay, 7, this will be 3. Yes or no? I square is what, minus. So your minus, and here already minus is there, and I square value will be what, minus. So minus minus will be what, your plus. Or else substitute the value first. So this will be 7 minus minus plus 3, one side is 3. Still you will get same answer. Yes or no? It is on you. So here 7 plus 7 it is what, 14, minus 3 is what, minus 6. 7 plus 3 is what, 10. So here the further 14 minus 6, 14 minus 6 it is 8 upon 10. As both are even numbers, so we can reduce the number further. So this we can add as 2 4s are 2, 5s are. So we come to the conclusion that the final answer for this sum, it is what? 4 upon 5i. And here clearly we can see that this 4 upon 5i, it is without I, as we know that the term any number without I is what actually it is known as real number. As in this sum, it said that we have to show that this part, the final answer, it should be a real number. Clearly we can see that the final answer as 8 upon 10. After that we reduce the number, we got 4 upon 5, and 4 upon 5 is a real number. What are the real numbers? In simple language, the real numbers are the number without I can say, okay, or else the number contain positive numbers, negative numbers, or else it can be in fraction also. Okay, or remember like this, a number without I, we can say in this chapter, a number without I, we can say it is a real number. As clearly we can see that here we got the answer without I. Yes, we can say that the section is a real number, and here we can write hence proved. Okay, so for this sum also there are 2 3 different method. Okay, the first method is what? Simply bracket expand. For this part, even for this part, even for this part, you will get the answer. Or else, as clearly we can see that this look like a plus b, a plus b, this look like a minus b, a minus b, and this look like a minus b, a plus b. As we know that a plus b, a plus b is a plus b the whole square. A minus b, a minus b we can write as a minus b the whole square, and a minus b, a plus b we can write as a square minus b square. Simply apply the formula, see the like terms, cancel the like terms with the opposite pair. Okay, then substitute the value of I square wherever you see, and just find your answer. So in this way you can find your answer. So I hope you all understood this sum also. Okay, so in this lecture we saw this one, and then how to find the value. The first and the last part we saw, yes or no. As I told you all to solve the second and the third one by yourself. Simply what you will do, you will replace the value of I raised to 14, 18 and 22 by using this method, or just by using breaking the number. As I told, whenever the values are less than 20, you stick with this shortcut method. uh, See the power, see the position of this power, what is the answer, substitute the value, you will get the answer. As this sum also, here it says that you have to show that, or is you have to check whether it is a real number or not. Okay, so this sum and this sum you can try it by yourself. This second sum, as the power it is more than 20, so you stick with this method using the dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, find your answer. So find I raised to 37 separately, I raised to 67 separately, substitute the value. Okay, solid, just cross multiply all the things, basic things, you will get the answer. So I hope you all understood these two sums as well as this one also. Okay, so remaining sums, remaining part we'll see in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye.